So number 25, we have probably people here who are grand students of people who attended some of these very first meetings. It started out as the Michelson program, mostly focused on interferometry, and as the exoplanet field grew, so did the Sagan, what became the Sagan Summer Workshop, and we basically work on all the different techniques and bring those to the early career, mid-career people who just want to learn more about exoplanets. So this is our silver anniversary. What is NExScI? Just a very brief rundown. Within IPAC, we support all things exoplanets. We have community support. We have the Exoplanet Archive and the ExoFop that Tom mentioned. We have long-term archives, things like LBTI. We'll be doing things like the Pandora mission and so on. We operate the NASA Keck program. So any of you want to get access to the Keck telescopes through NASA, it comes through proposals, and eventually all the data get archived with us. And then we're also the science operations arm for data processing and so on for the EPRV machine and the high resolution imaging of the NASA NSF Explore program using the Wind telescope at Kitt Peak. So a lot of different things that we do here. Obviously, the most important thing is the Sagan workshop. So the goal of NExScI and ExCEP is to bring together all of you to work on exoplanet science. We're part of the ExCEP program that Don is now the leader of, one of the three programmatic branches of astrophysics. And what ExCEP wants to do is discover and characterize exoplanets, planetary systems, and ultimately, as we'll hear towards the end of the meeting, identify biosignatures on Earth-like planets orbiting nearby stars. And that, of course, is the goal of the Habitable Worlds Observatory. And this year's workshop has over 1,500 registrants from 40 states and 74 countries. You can sort of see the map laid out here. It's really grown dramatically as we've gone to a hybrid format. So wanted to just touch briefly on the focus of this meeting, which is exoplanet demographics. And by that, I mean, we have many different pieces of the jigsaw puzzle that is exoplanets. It's the old story of each technique sees a different part of the elephant. We have imaging, we have microlensing, we have radio velocity, we have kinks and disks, we have transits, we have astrometry. All of these have different biases. They have different strengths, areas where their mass and orbital characteristics are most favorable for detection. How do we put all this together to find out that we're actually, seeing an elephant as opposed to who knows what? So that's really going to be the focus of the meeting. We're going to be having talks on all the individual techniques, and then we'll have also talks about how do you bring this all together to get an picture of the underlying population. We'll also have a panel that's on the demographics of life. How do you go from having planets to getting to the ultimate thing that we'd like to find, which is life on other worlds, which of course is the goal of the Habitable Worlds Observatory. So in support of that, we pulled together a science organizing committee led by Courtney Dressing and Alan Boss. Can you guys wave if you're here? I know Alan's here, way in the back. Courtney, I think, will be here later. Wanted to thank them in particular, and then all the different people who've come representing different techniques to put together this program for you. So I wanted to thank all of them. We have a local organizing committee who does all the remarkable work to make all this work across 40 states and 74 countries, not to mention in person. So thanks to GAM, you'll be meeting them during the course of the week. And we have a code of conduct that I want to emphasize is very important. Basically, My view is summarized very quickly. Act as if your mother were here, and act as if anything you do or say will be on the front pages of the New York Times tomorrow. And if you don't want that to happen, be professional, be kind to others, listen, and we will not tolerate harassment of any kind. If you have any issues, please come to any of the organizers, any of the people with little blue lanyards, and or email, whatever it takes to be respectful, and enjoy the meeting. So I'll now hand off to Tracy, who will do some of the logistics, and then we'll get on with the meeting.
Okay, first step, presentations. So I want to mention that the PDFs and all the recordings of the presentations, we will be posting it on the Sagan website, and also the recordings will be on the Sagan YouTube channel. So if you do not want your presentations to be posted, to be shared, please let us know in advance. And talks are typically 45 minutes to or 30 minutes. For the 45 minutes talk, we expect the speakers to talk for 35 minutes and leave 10 minutes for Q&As. For 30 minutes talk, we expect the speakers to leave 5 minutes for Q&As. And there will be an iPad timer in the front. So for the speakers, look at the timer. It will turn yellow when you have 5 minutes remaining for your talk, and turn red when you have 2 minutes remaining. And all the in-person talks will be presented from this podium laptop here. And we ask you to please upload and test your talks no later than the break before your talk. Oh, sorry. And before I move on, a big thank you to all our speakers. Thank you so much for your contribution. We have a lot of hands-on activities this week. So for Tuesday and Wednesday, we have 2 guided hands-on sessions. One on the exoplanet occurrence rates, and the other one on the distant giant planets with astrometry. And then on Thursday, we will have the whole afternoon reserved for people to do the group projects. So each of those guided hands-on session offers 3 group project options. We asked you to choose one and work with other attendees here. And there's a chance for you to actually give an informal presentation on Friday. This is a good opportunity for you to present the result of your group project and have the hands-on session leaders to give you some feedback on it. There will be a group sign-up sheet available. You can find the link. I think we actually already sent the link with the last email you received from the workshop. And the link is also available in the group project Slack channel. So find the link there and sign up for a group. So I've already mentioned the Friday group project presentations. Those will be informal and 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how many groups are willing to present. And then, of course, big thank you to all the hands-on session leaders. This would not be possible without your hard work. And so Ilaria, Galen, and Hayes for the first hands-on session, Brandon, Tim, Rocio, and Kyle for the second one. I want to give a special shout out for Galen and Kyle. Both of them spend a lot of time preparing these hands-on sessions while they're preparing for their thesis defense. So thank you so much. And of course, to Melanie and Elise for the thorough testing of the hands-on notebooks, and to all the volunteers who signed up to help. Thank you so much. A few more words for the hands-on sessions. They are open to everybody. We encourage everybody to participate. You do not need to be a Python expert in order to participate in it. So all the hands-on activities will be conducted using Google Colab. If you haven't done so already, there are detailed instructions on the Sagan website. You can download the instructions. They will teach you step by step how to set up your Google Colab environment, and then you can follow along with our hands-on session leaders. And the only requirement here is that you need to make sure your Google account have at least 5 GB of free space. If you don't have that, maybe you should create a new one. So we mentioned you don't have to be an expert in Python to join us for the hands-on activities. But if you are an experienced Python user, there's also the options for you to download all those notebooks and run them locally on your own laptops. So the second workshop is a hybrid workshop. It's packed with a lot of interactive features. First, we have lunch with speakers. So if you're an in-person attendee, you have this opportunity to have an informal lunch with our speakers. We still have a lot of spots available, so please sign up. This is a great opportunity to connect with our speakers face to face, and you can seek career advice or like ask for research questions, anything. So please join our speakers. And all the posters are available on the workshop website. We have 2 in-person poster sessions, one on Monday and one on Wednesday. And for the remote attendees, we encourage you to use the posters and the POPs Slack channel for any poster-related questions. And I've mentioned Slack many times already. If you haven't done so already, please use the invitation links we send in the emails to join Slack, as we have many designated channels for the talks, posters, hands-on sessions, and also we have some useful and fun channels. For example, the careers channel, where you can post job ads. And if you're looking for jobs, go there, take a look. And pets channel, this is everybody's favorite. You can see a lot of cute pets from our attendees, sometimes even bears. Venues. So we are here in the Baxter Lecture Hall. This is the main venue of this workshop. So all the presentations will take place here. There is no food or drink allowed here except for water. This room is unlocked during the day, so we ask you to please do not leave any valuables unattended. We will lock this room at 6 p.m. every day. There are power outlets and strips available on the floor in select rows, so we ask you to be nice to your fellow attendees. Please share. And the entrance of this room is in the back. We asked you to use the back entrance, and the restrooms are just 1 flight down. And if you require elevator access, please let us know. We'll arrange that. Workshop Wi-Fi. So there are 2 options. You can either use the EDU room, just log in with your home institution's credentials, or you can use the Caltech Visitor Network. For that one, just a note that it does require a cell phone number in order to register for it. There are a few other on-campus venues. First off, the outside tent. You can't miss it when you come into this room. So that's where all the coffee, teas, and snacks will be provided during the breaks, thanks to the generous sponsor from Heising Simon. And the posters will be on display there all week, and the poster sessions will be there Monday and Wednesday. And if you would prefer to bring your poster back home, we ask you to please remove them by 3 p.m. on Friday. And if you have pre-ordered box lunches for every day, you can pick up your lunches there as well. Then Hamidman Center on the 2nd floor in the multipurpose room, that's where all the lunch with speakers will happen. So again, we still have a few spots available. Please join our speakers for lunch. If you have pre-purchased your lunch, you can pick it up at the tent before you head there. We have 2 workshop dinners, one on Monday, one on Thursday. Dinner must be pre-purchased. So if you look at your badges, if you purchased lunch or dinner, there's indication of you what order you have put in the back of your badge. So this is just a campus map with the locations of all the venues I just mentioned. So we are here at Baxter Hall, and the tent is right next to it. And then the dinners will be at Dabney Garden, which is right across from the Lily Ponds. And here is Hamiman Center. This is where lunch with speakers will take place. And so we circled a few spots. If you haven't purchased lunch, those are the few spots on campus. You can get food. And we also have the printed out copy of the campus map. If you would like to have one, you can pick them up at the registration desk. A few participation guidelines. If you're in the room, we ask you to please silence your cell phone and laptops. For remote attendees, you will join as a attendee unless you're speaking or chairing. So for our speakers and panelists, you are joining as a Zoom webinar panelist. So most of the attendees, your video and microphone will be disabled, and our speakers will not be able to see or hear you. In order to ask questions, we will ask you to use the daily talk channels in Slack. And we encourage all our speakers to check the Slack channel after your talk to respond to any unanswered questions. And as a general courtesy, we ask you to please do not attend in person if you're not feeling well. And if you need masks, we do have some available at the registration desk. So just a few final reminders. We will take a group photo for all the in-person attendees. We will take a group photo on Wednesday at noontime, just outside of this building. And for our remote attendees, you can submit a headshot for our class picture. We will open the link for you to upload the headshot sometime this week. And the deadline to upload it is August 17th. And if you request a letter of attendance, the link will be to request. This letter will also be open sometime this week. And the same deadline applies August 17th. And finally, we have a workshop survey. We would ask you to please consider completed at the end of this workshop. And we'll make that link available sometime this week as well. And there's the same deadline to make things easier, August 17th. So with that, I'd like to say a final big thank you to everybody here. Thank you for joining us. And let's begin. I'll hand it back to you.